Listen up, because this is real talk. If you want to be the best version of yourself, there are some things you need to avoid. Simple behaviors that, if you let them slide, will keep you stuck in a rut. It's time to take responsibility for your life and stop making excuses. Every single choice you make has a consequence, and if you want to change your life, you have to start owning those choices. No more blaming circumstances. No more pointing fingers. Your journey is yours, and you are the one driving it. If you're still out here chasing validation from others, it's time to stop. The world doesn't owe you applause. You don't need anyone's approval to feel good about who you are. The moment you realize your worth doesn't come from what others think, you'll unlock a power that no one can take from you. Stop seeking external validation. Build your confidence from within. When you realize that your self-esteem isn't tied to the opinions of others, that's when you start walking differently. That's when you start winning. Now here's the thing, failure is inevitable, but most people fear it. Don't let fear of failure stop you from pushing forward. If you're not failing, you're not really trying. Failure is just a lesson in disguise, a chance for growth. Every time you fall, you get back up stronger, wiser, more prepared. Embrace failure, because those who avoid it are the ones who never truly succeed. It's the ones who fail and keep getting up that find real success. And here's a hard truth. Sometimes the people around you aren't helping you grow. They're holding you back. Toxic people will drain your energy, question your potential, and bring you down. It's time to be ruthless about who you allow in your life. You don't need anyone around you who's not supporting your vision. You deserve to be surrounded by people who elevate you, who push you, who believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. Cut the dead weight. It's not selfish. It's necessary for your growth. So if you want to level up, if you want a better life, stop with the excuses. Take responsibility. Stop chasing other people's validation. Don't fear failure, embrace it, and cut out the toxicity. These aren't just words. They're the keys to unlocking a version of yourself that you've only dreamed of. Make it happen. Taking responsibility for your life means accepting that you are the one who controls your destiny. The moment you realize that, everything changes. No more blaming your past, your circumstances, or the people around you. Your decisions, your actions, your thoughts, they all have an impact on where you are today and where you will be tomorrow. Stop playing the victim. Life isn't out to get you. Life is just life. And you get to decide how you show up in it. When you stop making excuses, you take back the power. Excuses are a crutch, and they make you weak. They give you a reason to stay stuck, to remain where you are, because it's easier than confronting the hard truths. But here's the thing, the world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody's going to hand you success or happiness. You have to fight for it, work for it, and earn it. That starts by taking full accountability for your choices, good and bad. Every misstep is your responsibility, but so is every success. You are the architect of your own life. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. Taking responsibility isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding that your actions have consequences and being willing to face them. If you've made mistakes, and trust me, we all have, don't hide from them. Own them. Learn from them. Growth doesn't come from living a perfect life. It comes from facing the challenges head on and learning how to move forward. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself to change. It gives you control, and that control is what leads to real transformation. If you want to create the life you've always dreamed of, it starts with you. It starts with taking responsibility for your actions, your habits, and your future. Stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems. No one is coming to save you. The only person who can change your life is you, so own it. Be bold enough to take responsibility, even when it's uncomfortable. That's where true growth begins. We all crave validation. It's human nature to want to be seen, to be heard, and to be appreciated. But here's the truth. Seeking validation from others will only hold you back. The moment you rely on others to define your worth is the moment you lose control of your own life. Your happiness, your confidence, your sense of self shouldn't come from anyone but you. The external world will always fluctuate, but you must stay grounded in who you are, regardless of what others think or say. When you seek validation, you give away your power. You put your self-worth in the hands of others, and that's a dangerous game. Think about it. If you're constantly waiting for someone else to approve of you, what happens when they don't? What happens when they don't see your value or recognize your efforts? You'll feel crushed, empty, lost. But when you stop seeking that approval and start finding your value from within, no one can take that away from you. You become unshakable. You become confident in who you are, independent of the opinions or judgments of others. Validation can be a trap. Social media, for example, is a breeding ground for this unhealthy behavior. We post things, share moments, or speak our truths, and then wait for likes, comments, or shares to measure our worth. But real self-worth doesn't come from those things. It comes from understanding that you are enough, exactly as you are, without needing anyone else to confirm it. When you stop measuring your value based on external sources, you'll begin to live life on your own terms. You'll stop chasing after fleeting approval and instead start living authentically. Here's the real power in this. When you stop seeking validation, you free yourself. You free yourself from the pressure to conform, to please others, or to be something you're not just to fit in. You begin to make decisions that are aligned with your true self, not with what you think others want from you. And in that freedom, you'll find a sense of peace, fulfillment, and confidence that no amount of external validation could ever give you. So stop waiting for permission. Stop looking to others to tell you you're enough. You were born enough. Your value doesn't change depending on anyone's opinion. When you believe in yourself and your own worth, that's when you step into your full potential. Failure is something we all try to avoid, but here's the truth. Failure is inevitable if you're pushing yourself to grow, to take risks, and to strive for greatness. It's not something to be afraid of, it's something to embrace. The fear of failure holds so many people back from even trying. They live their lives within their comfort zones, scared to step out because they're terrified of failing. But what they don't realize is that failure isn't the end of the road. It's a crucial part of the journey. Every successful person you admire, every person who has achieved something great, has faced failure. And the difference between those who succeed and those who never get there is that successful people don't let failure stop them. They use it. They learn from it. Failure is a teacher, not a punishment. It shows you what doesn't work, what needs to be changed, and how you can do things differently next time. Without failure, there is no progress. It's the constant feedback loop that pushes you to be better, stronger, and more resilient. If you fear failure, you'll never take the leap into the unknown. You'll never start that business, write that book, or take that risk. But if you embrace it, you open up a world of possibility. Failure gives you the experience, the knowledge, and the wisdom you need to ultimately succeed. Every time you fall and get back up, you're one step closer to achieving your goals. The more you fail, the more you learn, and the better you become. Embracing failure means changing your mindset. It's about reframing how you see setbacks. Instead of viewing them as obstacles, see them as opportunities to grow. Failure doesn't define you unless you let it. It's just one chapter in your story, not the entire book. If you're not failing, you're not challenging yourself enough. You're not pushing your limits. And without pushing those limits, you'll never truly know what you're capable of. So don't let the fear of failure paralyze you. Welcome it, learn from it, use it to propel yourself forward. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. Because in every failure, there's a lesson that will eventually take you to the top. One of the hardest things you'll ever do is cut toxic people from your life. But it's one of the most important steps you can take for your own growth and well-being. Toxic people come in many forms. Those who drain your energy, bring negativity into your world, or hold you back from being the best version of yourself. And as painful as it is, sometimes you have to recognize that not everyone deserves a place in your life. You are not obligated to carry anyone's baggage, especially when it weighs you down. These toxic individuals can be friends, family members, co-workers, or even romantic partners. They might not always be overtly malicious, but their influence on you can still be damaging. They might constantly belittle you, make you feel less than, or create an environment where you're constantly doubting your worth and potential. The truth is, they're not adding value to your life. They're taking it away. And if you continue to allow that, you're sacrificing your own peace, growth, and success. Cutting toxic people from your life isn't about being cruel or unkind. It's about setting boundaries and prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving, constantly compromising your happiness to appease someone else, you'll eventually burn out. You have to be selfish enough to protect your peace, and sometimes that means walking away from people who don't support you or who make you feel small. It's tough to make that decision, especially if the toxic person has been in your life for a long time. You may feel guilty or torn, but remember, your growth matters. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, and who believe in you when you doubt yourself. These are the people who will push you forward, not hold you back. True friends, true allies, will encourage you to chase your dreams, not tear them down. At the end of the day, your life is yours to live. Don't let anyone, especially toxic people, steal your joy or hinder your progress. Cutting them off might feel difficult in the short term, but the peace and clarity you'll gain in the long run will be worth it. You have the right to protect your energy and your future, so don't hesitate to remove anyone who doesn't contribute positively to your journey. You're worth it. So, as we wrap up, let's remember this. The path to becoming the best version of yourself isn't easy, but it's worth every step. Take responsibility for your life. Stop making excuses and start owning your decisions, because you are the one who shapes your future. Stop seeking validation from others. Find your confidence from within, because you're enough just as you are. Don't fear failure, embrace it, because it's the key to your growth and success. And finally, cut toxic people from your life. Protect your energy, your peace, and your potential by surrounding yourself with those who lift you up, not drag you down. It all comes down to one thing: you are in control. The choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow, so make them count. Be bold enough to take charge, strong enough to embrace the challenges, and wise enough to let go of anything that holds you back. The better version of you is waiting on the other side of these changes. So go out there and make it happen. It's your time.